It is my pleasure to welcome you here to the 9th Yortzeit Seuda Conference, L'Zecha Nishmas, Harav HaGaon Gershom Tennenbaum, Zecha Tzadik Livracha.
Yisrael Adonai Kiyim Avnei Chesed. Rabbi
Tennenbaum was born after the ashes of the World War II, the inferno of the Holocaust, in the DP camps, displaced person camps in Europe. And with a little sliver, with everything lost and forgotten, he came to America, and he served an illustrious career building Yiddishkeit, including as my predecessor at the IGUD Harabanim.
Which it is this 9th yard side. And the rabbi was quite eloquent. I want to just add my words, which are that positive memory helps guide us going forward. And this memory of this great man, I love the comments about rebirth and the moon, but it's really the giving to each other that creates a foundation of strength for us going forward.
And one of the main reasons we've been able to make such significant improvements in the care we provide to emergency patients is over the last year, we've hired over 45 nurses. So the increased number of nurses allow us to provide really personalized and efficient and effective care to those patients now that we have a significant increase in the number of staff available in the emergency department. So that's made a huge impact in our day-to-day care that we provide. Now, some of the things that I'm looking forward to in 2025. For a number of years, on the ground floor of this building, we have been building a brand new pediatric emergency department. And we've also been building across the street a new psychiatric emergency department. And we're moving our imaging center. And I'm going to talk a little bit more detail about the new emergency departments to what you can expect. So I had some pictures of construction. We'll show it to you next time. But this department the new pediatric emergency department is scheduled to open this summer. We're thinking probably end of July. It's going to open. And we're going to go from a 2,900 square foot emergency department to a 17,000 square foot department. A massive increase in space. And so children will no longer be cared for in the hallway. We're going to have 32 beautiful spaces, including 4 state-of-the-art resuscitation bays for the sickest children. And remember, this is going to be the only standalone pediatric emergency department in all of Brooklyn, and the only pediatric trauma center in a borough that has over 630,000 children. One pediatric trauma center. So we're very excited here. We're very excited. We're really looking forward to it opening up. I was just touring through there yesterday. The place is coming along. The construction is really moving forward, and we're excited to be opening our doors in the next few months. In addition, probably a month or two after we open up the pediatric ED, we will be opening up a new psychiatric ED. For the psych ED, we're going from a 6-bed space to a 10-bed space. But almost, if not more important, is we're also increasing the size by 400%, 4 times the size of the current psychiatric ED space. So patients will have significant more privacy and will be able to handle many more patients. And in addition, the current psych ED space will be converted into a child psych space because we are seeing, unfortunately, a significant increase in the number of children who are coming to the emergency department with acute mental health issues. This is not unique to Maimonides, it's not unique to Brooklyn, it's going on all over the country, but we are looking forward to being able to provide a dedicated space for the care of those children. I want to shift gears a little bit and speak to you a little bit about community hospital in the Midwood section.
Okay. Can I just add, on the psychiatric space, part of that is also means separating those patients from other patients.
That's correct.
And also more privacy of access. We understand it's a critical issue that patients with those struggles have their privacy respected. And the access to that care is going to be separated.
That's one of the reasons I mentioned that there's going to be a real emphasis on privacy. But Ken, yeah, absolutely agree that with this new space, we're really going to be able to separate from the rest of the emergency department patient population. Moving on to community hospital, which, as you all know, is in the Midwood section of Brooklyn. That place is continuously growing in the number of patients that we're seeing there. Every year we see more and more patients. Why is that? I think that the community living in that area is increasingly comfortable. They are increasingly recognizing that the high quality of physician care that we see here, it's the same doctors working here as also are working at community hospital. So we know we have a high level of physician care, and as more specialists are available, and as now we have an MRI available there, and now we have a cardiac cath lab available there, the types of patients we can take care of is increasing and expanding. So now sicker and sicker patients can come there, get care in their own community, and really be taken care of in an excellent manner by staying in Midwood and going to community hospital. The director there, Moshe Weisberg, and I communicate almost every day. And one of the things that I take particular pride in is all the work that they've done in making sure that patients are seen rapidly. So I will tell you that the median amount of time from the time the patient first gets registered until seen by a triage nurse is 7 minutes. And the first amount between the time of arrival until seen by a provider, by a physician, 14 minutes for median. So we really emphasize providing great clinical care, but also providing it rapidly. This past year was the first time that we saw more than 30,000 patients at community hospital. I think there's increasing recognition by our EMS colleagues, and as well as the local communities, that this is a place, a destination where they can go to ensure that, and really receive top-notch care.
Mrs. Tennenbaum, I want to tell you something. The rabbi is still here, and I'll give you a simple reason why I'm saying that. There was a young man that came in here 2 weeks ago, everybody knows, I can't mention the name because there's HIPAA, and my boss is here, and I don't want to be written up. He was here and he had spine surgery, and the doctor came over to me and says, Douglas, this patient is very, very depressed. Could you talk to him? And he was really out of it. He was really in another, how should I say, in another world. And the first words that I said, let's talk about Rabbi Gershon Tennenbaum. So help me God, I'm standing here. His eyes woke up, and he went from a 0 up to 100. So the yurt side, whatever, believe me, Rabbi Tennenbaum is still here. And let me tell you something, there's not one day, I don't believe, that anybody that knew this gentleman doesn't think of him. And Mrs. Tennenbaum, we want to thank you for sharing your husband with us, because nobody could replace him, and we loved him. Thank you.
I want to just mention as well that this is being held for the Yosef of Gershon Tannenbaum. I knew Gershon very well. We worked together on many community issues, and as was mentioned, besides being a Choshev Rav, he was a Askim Choldov Shabbadushi, with everything important in the community. And Gershon is a Malvin, and he's a Baruch.
Rabbi Braznik, Mr. President Gibson, thank you so much for not just welcoming us here as guests, but really welcoming us here as family. I have 5 children, thank God, and all 5 of my kids were born right here in Mines Hospital. So thank you, Mr. President, for having a beautiful hospital, and they were all born under the watchful eye of, well, actually, my father, Doug Jablon, who's just our role model, our leader, our mentor, and he always really... $40 copay.
Those are the Rabbanim, the Rabbanim, the Meisters, the organizations that are represented by the Rabbinical Alliance of America, who people are going to turn to and ask for guidance or ask for information or look to understand what to do during an emergency. And so it's incredibly important to us, in order to build a resilient city and resilient communities, that we work with you, we work with your organizations to make sure that we are preparing appropriately. We are preparing on the city level. We're working with agencies to make sure that they're available to respond, and that if there's an emergency, they can come out. But it's just as important for you and your organizations to make sure that you're taking the right steps to prepare for an emergency.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a schis for me to be here, especially my occasion with Rabbi Tennenbaum, and with the family, the Rebbetzin, and the children. We have had many interactions. It's for me a schis to be here.
Rabbi Tennenbaum, everything that he did it was all from the heart. I mean, that's how he and I became friends. He, I, and Maimonides. You read the story. Douglas Jablon and I became such close friends. How? Through Reb Gershon. Reb Gershon accomplished. We, sitting here today, bear testament to the fact that Reb Gershon accomplished. That's what we are doing here today, the IGUD HaRabbanim. Maimonides Hospital. Reb Gershon used to walk the halls of Maimonides every Shabbos, looking for people who needed some sort of help, needed someone to just say a kind word. He wasn't getting paid for that. He didn't get paid for it. He did get paid. Oh, did he get paid? He got paid in Shemayim. This dentist, Rapam, went to see a certain dentist. And they're talking. And the dentist said, you know, one of the benefits of my profession is that I'm also, because I earn my living, but I'm able to help people. Rapam told him no. He said, you help people, and as a sideline, you earn your living. You earn some money. Helping people, that is and that's what the IGUD is about. Helping Rabbanim, helping people. We help everyone. And how do we do it? All has to come from the heart.
Leila Nishmas Harabagon Atzadik Gershon Yankov Moshe. I don't know how many people here know that the Gershon was a Gewaldige Talmud Chacham, Tzanua B'drachav, like an emissary Rav. And I just want to point out one thing. He learned with his Balabatim all the years, Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, I believe he told me between Mincha and Marav every day. We'll go to that soon. He also had something in the shul that I never saw by any other Rav. Next to his stende, next to his pulpit, he had Abba Chelke Shulchan Aruch. Hella Utzim, Chaim, Ebenezer, Yeridea. What's that all about? The Shulchan Aruch begins, the Ramah says, Shvisa Hashem Nagdi Summit. There's no comparison to how a person talks, thinks, walks. When he's Yoshev Lifnei HaMelech, when he sits at home or lies on his recliner at home in a comfortable way. There are many organizations, rabbinical organizations, and when speaking about Rav Gershon Zechron Livracha, we're actually speaking about the IGUD, as Rabbi Klias mentioned before, because the positive attitudes of IGUD HaRabbanim, any other rabbinical organization, just think of it for a second, in the United States of America, l'chol hapachas, you have to belong to a certain ideology, you have to have learned in a certain yeshiva, have to stand for a certain, whatever it might be. Not so in IGUD HaRabbanim. The eclectic beauty of IGUD HaRabbanim is that versteht sich, it's all El Chayidin, you're a Shemayim, but you have from Chassidish and Galite, you have from the, what they call the Yeshiva, you have from the modern, because that's not what IGUD HaRabbanim is about. And we've heard many times from Rabbi Tennenbaum, and I've heard from Rabbi Mendel, I heard from Rabbi Klias. IGUD HaRabbanim is there for the rabbi. IGUD HaRabbanim is there to help a Rav. And I had Kama Toivas, Taka from Rabbi Mendel, and Taka L'Havlin Chaim L'Chaim from the Bala Yortzeit. which organization, which Rav could be involved with the chief rabbinate of Eretz Yisrael, and on the other hand sit with the Baron Tennenbaum in Monroe by a tish, and on the third end of it, go to Hungary to the Chassam Sofer's Yortzeit with the Heilige Rebbe Rebbe soll sein gesinnt, and he was given the honor of speaking by Shal Shudas. I don't know how many of you here understand what this is all about, but me, blows my mind. When a Yid is a Yer Shamayim, the Heilige Baal Shem Tov taught us, a Yid that's a Yer Shamayim has nothing to fear. People that fear someone don't have Yer Shamayim. And this is who Rav Tennenbaum was.